Hi everyone, we are back with war video number 6, and we're going to be bringing in Professor X, Omega Sentinel, and White Magneto today. We're going to be going up against DSVG, a former alliance of mine, so good luck to them the rest of the season and hope they're all doing well. They had a great finish last season, finishing third, I believe, or maybe it was second place, but they finished podium last season. But both them and our Alliance for Loki are struggling this season, so we definitely need to get a win this time around. And for this first fight, we're going to be taking Havok on Path 5. This fight is fairly straightforward, but it can get a little bit tricky if Havok goes super heavy-happy. We're going to start with just some combos because we do want to get our arm up so we can armor burn him. And we're going to try and get a repair in, get a heavy to get our Fury up. And then we want to try and do some damage, but Havok starts to spam his heavies quite a bit. Or just doing one medium to start, which you cannot parry. So this fight goes quite a bit longer than I would like. Every time we do finally get a knockdown, he throws a special one right away. Finally, we're able to get a parry in, try to do some damage. But yeah, this fight is going to be very slow. And it doesn't get too dangerous if I remember correctly. But yeah, he keeps spamming special ones while we're blocking. We're able to finally get a stun off, but he had a bunch of prowess, so I wanted to remove those. That's why I comboed instead of knocking him down. Similar situation here. He's got 2 prowess again. And so with the prowess giving him power and his passive power gain in general, things can get very slow. We finally get him knocked down, we clear his prowess, and we throw this special 3. This is going to tick for actually decent damage. Once the protection does come back, it's going to purify our plasmas. But we're actually going to get some decent damage here. You can see it ticking away. No real reason to try and pause it. Fury, the protection's going to come back and shrug him anyway. Here you get up to 2 bars of power, so we want to bait this out if possible. So here we go. With the special 2, we are able to punish it, unlike the special 1. So we do a good job there. We get our heavy. Now we're starting to finally get some decent damage in, since it was very slow going at the beginning. Still doing one medium with that heavy. Probably get a parry off here. Throws a special 1. We're getting very close to that now. Does a double medium. Remove the prowess. Knock him down. And this should be the final one. Get a parry and we combo out. So super long fight to start. Not great from a fight time, but it was played really well and safely. And now we're on to Spider-Ham here. If you've seen the thumbnail and the title, I'm sure you know I am going to die here. This is probably the easiest fight I have for this war. I have 9 fights total, and this is probably the easiest one. And I'm going to die because I did not understand Spider-Ham's kit well enough. So the plan here, typical Professor X, we're gonna build to a special 3, knock him down with the Fury, and special 3 spam. Now, with Spider-Ham's kit, when he is stunned and you hit him, you have a 30% chance to get a Power Sting. And I read through Spider-Ham's abilities, but I apparently did not do a good job because I missed that part. Which really is inexcusable at this level. So you're going to see, I knock him down. I did not have a Power Sting, but when I threw the special 3, he was still stunned from the passive stun, which means there is a 30% chance that a Power Sting would apply, and it does. Now, I throw this special 3 because I was not looking at my health bar. I was looking to make sure I got my power back. I'm like, oh, okay, I did. We're going to throw the special 3, and halfway through the special 3 I realized I had just taken a huge chunk of damage. It must have had a Power Sting applied during the first special 3. And I knew I was going to die. Yeah, so really bad death. It wasn't poor gameplay. It was me having a completely poor understanding of how Spider-Ham's mechanics work. And yeah, honestly, just a really embarrassing death. This second attempt, we're not even going to get to a special 3. We're just going to parry heavy till he dies. I could have played the fight that way. I could have thrown 0 specials and got the solo here. I could have been boosted bigger and got the solo here. There's like 10 different ways I could not have died that fight. And I did. So my season where I hadn't died yet, I drop a death to a really dumb mistake by me. And the war was not going our way at that time. So it was just not ideal for the Alliance either, because obviously we really needed a win since we only had 1 win on the season at that point. But I had 7 other fights that I had to take, so I needed to obviously refocus after that death and make sure we did well on the rest of these fights. So our next 2 fights are going to be Omega Sentinel going up path 5, and we are going up against this Bishop to start. This is pretty typical placement, and basically 100% Omega Sentinel fight. We want to do 4-hit combos only. Once he's over a bar of power, because we do not want to deal with his special 1 and getting incinerates applied to us potentially. Once he gets to over 2 bars of power, we do just want to bait his special 2 and just take it into block. Due to the power stings on this node, we don't want to throw specials, especially since I already died to power sting. That was also my 2nd death in a row, which was to power sting damage on this node last season. So yeah, I don't want to die to power sting anymore. But that fight went down super fast. Again, that's super straightforward fight. And next we have this Weapon X. Pretty standard Weapon X fight. We obviously need to get intercept in to start doing good damage. But yeah, otherwise this fight's pretty good. We need to be aware of when he's going to go berserk. I do a heavy so I get my heal block. I try and go for an intercept there. He doesn't play ball. I think we're going to apply a heal block here, and then we're going to bait out the special 1, which will start his berserk. He's unstoppable at the beginning, so we kind of just want to wait that out. And then we want to hit an intercept. Doesn't play there. We hit the intercept. We're going to apply the heal block. We're going to do another intercept. Apply another heal block. He's going to bait this out. And he's out of berserk, so now we're in a really good spot. We do get parried there. Thankfully, we could have got punched there, which would have been bad. I think we are running an invul. We bait this special 1. And we hit our own intercept. And we're going to throw a special 3. Or we're not going to throw a special 3. I think I was trying to hold a special 3 so that we would get the kill. Here we're going to go for an intercept, which we hit. And now we're going to throw our special 3 with it at 14%. And this is going to end the fight. So really clean fight. Happy with how this one went. And this previous Bishop fight. So that is going to end... No, Omega Sentinel has 1 other fight. So that's going to be Omega Sentinel's fights here. And then we're going to flip our masteries and put Professor X back in. We did turn Precision off, as he has this fight, which Precision being on is completely fine for, but his next 2 are Tactic Defenders. So we want to crit as little as possible. Strategy here is we just want to parry heavy to build our Cerebro charges. We're going to bait out special 1s if possible, just because the special 2 is a little scary if you hit it. I'm also pretty comfortable dexing a special 1, so you're going to see me do that. We're going to use our Falter to get easy intercepts, as you see there. Then we're going to try and just continue the parry heavy as we build to our special 3. We have 100 Cerebro charges, so we just want to get there. We're going to bait this out. We have our Falter almost, so you're going to see me back up. And we're going to use our Falter to get this intercept. And we are going to heavy into our special 3 and get our special 3 cycle going. So yeah, fight's basically won here. No power stings. so we're not going to die from power stings. So we're just going to back up or wait a second to make sure our power back boost did work, as I have died to that in the previous season where I pressed special 3 too soon. But yeah, 2 special 3s and Sorcerer Supreme is down. So much cleaner Professor X fight. And yeah, he's got 3 in a row. So our next one is going to be this Kate here. We were able to get a Wags pre-fight from our Alliance rando. So thank you to him. And for this fight, the only worry here is if the prowess gets out of control. And I did kind of forget that every time they dash in, it triggers a prowess for them. So we do just need to kind of make sure we manage that. We want to bait special ones only. And we want to use our falter for easy intercepts, same as last one. So there's our first one. And we're just going to build to our special 3 and build our cerebral charges at the same time. Here we bait out another special one. I'm trying to bait one more here since she does have a lot of charges right now. We want to get a couple of those to drop off, which they do. Here, another heavy. Bait this special. We're going to use our falter for the intercept here. I thought this would give me special 3, but it doesn't. So we're going to take a hit into block. We can back off here, channel, throw our special 3, and that's going to end the fight here. If I was to redo this fight, I'm not sure if I would go Omega Sentinel or Professor X. Professor X went fine, but if she went really passive and had a bunch of prowess, it could get dangerous. So yeah, I'm not really sure if who I would choose if I was to do it again. But this one went really well. Yeah, 2 special 3s, and she is down. Our next fight is going to be a very similar Professor X fight. We're going to take Attuma here on node 48. Same thing as the other one. We're going to build our cerebral chargers and our power with heavy attacks only. We have precision off because the Attuma is a tactic defender, and we don't want to crit very much. And we're going to heavy attack until we have our special 3. The concerning part here is we do want to make sure we're watching out for his, I think they're called hydration charges, because once he goes to 19, he will be unstoppable. It's not the end of the world if that happens. We just have to wait it out till it drops below 19. But it's just something we need to watch out for and just be aware of. So here, we're baiting special 1. Special 2 wouldn't be the end of the world. We would just take it into block just to be safe, because it can be a little bit trickier to dex. Here, we're going to get a heavy off. We get a heavy into our special 3. And that's going to end the fight. So yeah, 3 Professor X fights in a row. Very straightforward. Kate one, I guess, got a little tricky if you couldn't get the special ones out, but this one's super safe, and same with the Sorcerer or Spider Supreme one as well. And I am boosted pretty big here, so we actually are able to just do 2 special 3s for these fights, which was nice. Save a little bit on fight time. I know Andrew loves the special 3s, but it does add to our fight time. This next fight is going to be Storm X here on node 51. I've taken a couple different tactic defenders here with Omega Sentinel. For this fight, we are going to try and use our special 3 to speed this up a bit, as Storm X can be a very slow fight with all of her glancing. The strategy there is we do want to do a double medium, which will apply a debuff and trigger the Conflictor. And then we want to ideally bait out a special 1 right after, so that we can throw our special 3 and apply our 6 plasmas. So you'll see I am building up to my special 3. We want her to only throw special 1s, as her special 2 can do quite a bit of damage, and it can go unblockable if she has, I want to say, 6 prowess. So I do make a mistake somewhere here. I think I miss a parry at some point. So we're trying to get the special 1 out. Doesn't really want to throw it. And then our auto block kicks in, which did get a little scary there. Again, she only had a couple of prowess, but we do lose all of our armor up, so we do want to get our combos, get some combos in to build those back up. So here we're trying to bait a special one. She throws it. We're still getting our armor ups back. And here she's very low in power, so I'm going to bait this out. Then we're going to go double medium, bait it out again right away, which we do. We're going to hit her once and throw our special 3. So, like I said, double medium to apply our debuff and trigger conflictor. Bait out the special 1 so she has almost no power, and we throw the special 3 and our 6 plasmas will apply. Now we just want to make sure we pause them as they tick away, so just light attacks only, which is what we want to do anyway. And that's going to speed the fight up quite a bit, and down she goes. So that probably saved us 20 seconds instead of just having to combo her to death. It can be a little risky, but I only wanted to do it if she was empty on power, which she was because she threw that special 1 right away. Our last fight is this Korg boss here. Manuel in our alliance, he's taken this a couple times. I think a couple times last season and once this season. I've seen him do it with the Power Start 1 and with the Combat Regen. I went for the Invul just in case I screw up a special 1 dex or something. But this strategy is pretty easy. We want to use our Falter to build Cerebro charges. There I do a little backdraft light intercept just because. We have our Cerebro charges. And ideally, I want to push them to special 2s only, just because they're safer to dex. Here, I thought the Prouse was going to push him, but it doesn't. I get the full special 1 dex, which was pretty nice. I'd say I'm not 100% with doing that, but I would say 80%, 90% of the time I do get the full dex. We built the special 2 here, and we are going to heavy to get Cerebro charge. We get up to 70, so we're in a very good spot. We're taking a little bit of chip damage, but nothing too crazy. Again, once he's over a bar of power, we only want to do 4-hit combos because I want to push him to special 2s only if possible. And we're close to another Falter, so we want to bait this special 2 out, which she does throw. And we're going to back up, heavy charge to get our charges up, and now we are at 100. So we want to clear his rock stacks and then bait a heavy so we can back up a step and then throw our channel into our special 3. So here comes the heavy, we channel into our special 3, and this should end the fight. This is going to take quite a bit more special 3s than just 2. I think it takes 4. But that's the fight. So it's honestly pretty safe and straightforward. I dueled it probably 20 times. And I would say 95%, maybe 90%. I think maybe one time out of the 20, I didn't get the solo, and I probably would if I had an invul. So yeah, pretty straightforward fight. We're gonna see me delay a second every time after a special 3 just to make sure the power back boost did kick in. And we're just gonna keep firing these special 3s off. So outside that really bad Spider-Ham death, I'm really happy with how this war went. All the other fights went really well. Except for maybe 1 or 2 minor mistakes. But it was nice to get to use Professor X again. It's been a while. And honestly, he handled all the fights great. The only one he died to was completely on me. But yeah, so that's 9-fight war. And thankfully, my death did not cost us, and we did win this war, which was big. We really needed a win. This brings us to 2-4 in the season. So yeah, we still need to win probably 4 of our last 6 fights, our wars, to secure Masters. But yeah, 7 deaths, pretty solid total for us as well. So GG's to DSVG. Hopefully they finish strong, can finish Masters as well. But that's going to do it this video. So